Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coffee with a Therapist. Today, what's been on my brain has actually been something that I kind of have to remind myself about too. And I wanted to talk about how we stay kind even during stressful times, even during, you know, arguments, even when we are trying to make change. Because I understand that kindness is the only way that long term things are effective. And that for me, part of my values are kindness and how I treat other people. And I know that when I get into a space of stress or insecurity or whatever it is, and I reflect back on my actions and they're not kind, then I always feel crappy about that. I have a healthy sense of guilt about it, and I know that that's not in alignment with my true healthy self. Now, not to get into everything going on right now necessarily, but I think it's also super important that we stay kind amidst times where there's a lot of stress and there's change that needs to happen. And when we stay kind, we're actually able to continue onward. We're able to stay open and not go into a place of feeling shame or fear or shutting down. And it's really important that we are kind to people because a lot of people are hurting right now. And when hurting people can often hurt other people. And so if you're sensing that there's a lot of negativity out there, that's because there is a lot of hurt people. And the only way to heal that is through kindness and through good, healthy boundaries too. So I want to be clear. Kindness is not niceness. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but I do like to make the distinction that niceness is almost like, hey, I'm going to be kind to a fault and not stand up for my own values and not ensure that there are boundaries and that sort of thing. And so I've seen people in my therapy practice come and be overly nice, and that has really actually been detrimental to their own health and the health of other people at the end of the day too, because no one knows who they really are, how they really feel, and they're kind of just interacting with this person that's kind of just like a yes person. So that is not what I'm describing, but we can be kind even when we're setting boundaries, right? And kindness means setting boundaries. It means saying things that are very important to say and advocating for yourself, but doing it from a place of love and doing it from a place of empathy. That there's a lot of hurt out there, and if we can empathize with that, right? If we can understand that and be able to be compassionate about it, that's where healing can happen. That's where change can happen, and we've got to stay kind. And I'm stating this too because it's been something I have to continuously remind myself too in this journey that kindness matters. Kindness is really important, and that when somebody is being unkind to you or spreading negativity or hate in any way, that the best thing we can do for them is actually to love them and to have empathy for them. And, sometimes in the heat of the moment, my ego gets involved, and that's really hard for me to remember because then it becomes about my own insecurities and feeling like I have to defend and explain and all that stuff. And that's really, at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's bigger than that, right? And so if I'm able to put my ego to the side and be kind and try to be loving to people amidst all the stress and the pain, that is the best way to connect. That is the best way for me to be in a good space too and to move forward, and for me to stay open for any of the changes in the ways that I am needing to grow. Because I think 2020, no matter what issue you're talking about, it has definitely been a time for growth. For me as a human and as a business owner, I've had to think about and make a lot of decisions this year that I didn't think I would be facing. I didn't predict this at all, and I think a lot of people didn't. And the good thing about that is it's actually really been an opportunity for growth. It's been an opportunity for change when I've been able to keep myself kind, keep myself loving and open-minded to things instead of going into a space of feeling frustrated or stressed or defensive, right? And so I think I'm just kind of sending out that kindness reminder to all of us, because I think especially during times like these where many people are facing different challenges, and, challenges to their livelihood and different things that they've had to kind of rethink and plans they've had to renegotiate. Even as simple as, and I know like obviously this isn't the biggest thing, but even as simple as changing, their summer plans and summer camps and vacations, that it's so important that we are able to be kind and loving during these times of stress so that we can nourish ourselves and others and make way for change. Make way for change in ourselves, make way for change in others. And I just, the more that I see people respond with kindness and positivity, um, I've seen that actually be more unifying and building than responding with simply negativity and tearing down and things like that. And people are actually having some really good, helpful conversations. And so, yeah, so it's been interesting to see that. And I just hope that you guys remember that kindness wins in the end. I'm not going to get too spiritual or woo woo, but I definitely have seen how, like, the kindness we give out, the love we give out, that definitely does come back to us. And it starts internally too, because the more that we're able to heal what's going on inside of us, the more that we're able to not respond defensively or out of insecurity or out of fear to other people, and that we're able to find the ways that we can connect and still, challenge people, still be able to set boundaries. Again, I'm not saying this doesn't mean we don't advocate. We do advocate, but we have to do it from a place of kindness and compassion, because sometimes if we don't, those words get unheard. And shame, unfortunately, actually, kind of pushes people away more. Internally, we also know that, and in the research, shame actually in ourselves keeps us from changing, and it keeps us from growing, it keeps us from healing. And so my message to you today is kindness to you, trying to be kind to other people too. Right now, a lot of people are not in good spaces and they're hurting and they're just needing extra love for so many different reasons. If you have that extra love to give it. Go out there and give that extra love. A friendly reminder for kindness, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Just feeling super grateful and trying to take in everything day by day. Let myself be open to learning and growing and changing and being loving and kind in the process. So take care, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will check in with you tomorrow.